Hello, everyone. Welcome to Shiny Talk. And you guys see a familiar face, but a different face here. And that is our friend Fuzzy Panda filling in for Mr. Bobby tonight. Bobby's little girl's not feeling good, so send all the good vibes and thoughts his way and for her to feel better. But Fuzzy, welcome to Shiny Talk, man. We're excited to have you. And just give us a little intro to you and just a little bit about yourself and Pokemon, and then we'll get into the show.
So for those who don't know me, I'm Fuzzy Panda. I'm the bearded metal dad that loves
Yes.
Pokemon, and I make silly videos of me opening packs, and currently have my nails painted yellow because of my
Yes.
Love
daughter.
it. Love that so much.
Girl dad.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Hashtag. I
yeah.
got
When
three,
Um,
so I know.
you can't tell a 3-year-old no. I mean,
exactly.
not when they're that cute.
That's
You
right.
start
That's
practicing.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, welcome, Fuzzy. Thanks so much, man, for being flexible and just jumping in with us tonight. We're excited to have you.
All right, all right, all right.
So, all right, friends. Well, opening question for the night is a fun one. I feel like we're gonna get to know each other even a little bit better tonight. And the question is, what gym leader from Pokemon most represents your personality and why? Very excited to hear about this one. So we will toss it out to you guys. And normally, Fuzzy, we make the newcomer go first. So if you're ready, you can come in and share. So
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready. So I decided to go with Milo from Sword and Shield,
okay.
because he's got that laid back, humble attitude. And I mean, that's me. If you guys have seen me, you know. Um, but also because he doesn't like to battle people that are weaker than him
Hmm.
in a sense.
Mhm.
And I'm that way. I stand up for the little guys,
Hmm.
I've always done that since I was a kid. I don't like bullying and stuff like that. So it's like I'll stand up for the little guys. And yeah, he just vibes with me. I just feel it. And it's funny because I mentioned that to my wife before coming on here, and she goes, "That's exactly who I was going to tell you to pick anyway." So,
I love it.
It's
I
I funny. love
love
that.
it.
I could definitely see that for sure.
Hmm.
I love it. It's a great, great pick, Fuzzy. All
So are
right,
you,
who's up?
Susie?
I could go next. Milo actually was somebody I was thinking of as well for me, but I decided on Erica. She's such a classic. I think mainly for her. When I was younger, I definitely wouldn't have resonated with her, but I
Hmm.
feel like as I've gotten older, um, I've definitely related to her in a lot of ways. Um, she's always surrounded by nature. She like was trained as a floral arrange, like she does floral arranging. I did that all growing up as well. I grew up on a flower farm. And she also like is more about the relationship when it comes to Pokemon battling versus like winning and things like that. And me too. I'm not too competitive. I mean, I like the idea of like, challenging somebody, but ultimately I'm more for like kind of like the relationship that you get out of it. Um yeah, and I just like her stance on like good versus evil. She's always like the only time that she's like I feel like she's super ruthless is against Team Rocket. I love Team Rocket, but I think for me as somebody is like, yeah, I'm very much like, ooh, somebody does something bad, and like, ooh, I will like go hard on them. So yeah, I love Erica. I love her. I think on online I'm very like bubbly and whatnot, but in person I'm super chill, a lot more conservative, a lot more calm. And so yeah, I feel like I resonate with her quite a lot.
Awesome.
that was my number two pick.
Nice. Nice.
I guess Erica's really popular. I don't have a backup, but I also chose Erica,
Yeah, I knew
Judy.
I knew Evangelica would choose Erica, but I
Yes.
mean I still want to hear Evangelica what you connect with her. So
And the plot twist of all plot twists, Eve chooses the grass trainer.
yes.
Um, yeah, same reasons that you stated, Judy. She's always surrounded by nature. Like that's kind of my entire thing. And then the relationship building and the focus on that. So she's really more of like the connection with the Pokemon and connection with others. And I think she really cares deeply. And I definitely resonate with that. But then also because she's not so much in the competition, she's a very graceful loser. And I feel like I resonate with that too. But the one thing that really stands out to me with Erica is she's just modest and shy. And I'm like, that's definitely me, not just in person. Like that's me everywhere all the time. So I was like, you know what? Surrounded by nature, grass type Pokemon, and bonus, she also falls asleep a lot in her gym. It's like, yes,
Oh yeah.
I
Naps.
would be Erica.
Yes, I love it.
So yeah, had to
Very
go with her.
yes. I knew Eve would choose that, but I love the reasoning. I love the relationship with Pokemon. That's a cool one. So very fun. Well, mine is very fun and it's very interesting. It might be a little bit, I don't know if it's not controversial, but so I actually went with Brock
Ah!
because Brock,
I love that.
so Brock is, I think first and foremost, Brock is so passionate. He's a very passionate guy throughout the whole series. He's the Pewter City gym leader, and then he kind of joins Ash, obviously, in the show. Um, but above that as well, like Brock comes from a big family. He took care of his kid, like he took care of his siblings, and I come
Yeah.
from a really big family, very loud family. And I think throughout the show, I loved that Brock, he was very passionate, but he's also very caring and emotional, and he's a deep feeler. He feels really deeply, and that was something that I always resonated with. And so I think that that's why I mostly connected with Brock, because I was like, I'm a big feeler, and I wear my feelings on my sleeve, which is very typical of Brock. You knew exactly how he was feeling all the time, and he didn't hide it. And so, yeah, so that's my choice is Mr. Brock. And I have to say I probably was quite a bit girl crazy as well. Like at one point in my life, like very, very girl crazy. And so, I resonate with that too. Brock was quite
That's
the lover. He just was in love with anyone at all times. So,
that's
definitely
so
high school and college Michael can resonate with that. So until I
well,
met Kyle.
when I was trying to look for the like what gym leader I would kind of go along with, I took a quiz online because I was like, I wonder if there's something like that online.
I
I took
love
the
it.
quiz and my answer was Brock.
Love it. Yes.
That's so
Really
The
cute.
funny.
passion.
Yeah.
Yes. Very passionate. Very passionate. Well, those are all great. I feel like I'd love to see more content creators like answer that question. So drop down in the comments, friends and listeners, and let us know what trainer you think you are and why, because I would love to get to know you guys a little bit more. But fun question. Another one kind of sparked by one of my daughters. And so always my daughters coming up with the fun openers. But
So good.
awesome. All right. Well, I'm excited to talk about this next subject because we haven't talked about card shows in a little while. Last season we kind of talked a little bit about it, but with card show season right around, it really is like card show season. Like it's coming
Yeah.
up where it's like all the huge card shows are about to roll through. Like we got card parties and collecticons dropping basically every other weekend in big cities around the US. And so I thought it was great for our listeners to share like what card or cards or sets would you recommend our listeners to consider picking up at card shows this summer? And there could be a wide variety of different reasons for those pickups, but I would love to hear from you guys, just some recs for our listeners to pick up. So toss it to you guys, and I'll wrap us up when after you guys share. Bobby
Okay.
isn't here to jump in, guys.
I mean,
I'll jump
I'll
in.
go first. I mean,
Oh,
So
okay.
there we go. Fuzzy's
so
ready. Fuzzy's ready.
when it comes to card shows, it all depends on the type of collector, in my opinion. So you have people like me who love doing master sets.
Mm,
So the first thing I'm looking for are what cards do I need for my master sets? And then it's what cards do I like? Because it's like I want to complete my master sets first. That's so if you're just like I like pretty cards, go for the cards you think are pretty.
mm,
Master set, get those done. If you're looking more for like, I want to get a value out of this card, like kind of flip it in a sense, like get it and then hold on to it, then I would recommend anything like 151 or promos. Mainly
Ooh,
like
promos.
Sword and Shield promos, because I mean they had some of the best promos in my opinion, like the Lucario V-Star.
Yep. Starting to
That
spike.
card is so sick. Um, that's what I would be looking for, master sets, promos, 151, because especially we all see the state of the market right now with any 151 Pokemon, it's going through the roof.
Mm,
And during the summer, when the 30th anniversary stuff comes out, it's gonna go crazy.
totally. Yep.
Mm.
Agree with you, Fuzzy. I agree. Have you found Fuzzy? I don't know if you guys all how many shows you guys go to. I was at a show this weekend and I just realized like master setting, like doing master sets at shows is sometimes hard because very few booths actually have like a lot of the smaller stuff that you need. Like I was like, oh, I'm gonna find some reverses. Like nobody had Destined Bulk like at the show. Like I was like looking around for it and no one had it.
It's crazy because I was literally just at a show 2 weekends ago, 2 Sundays ago, and for Mega, all I need is IRs and up. I needed one IR, and I had to go to like 10 different tables before it was the IR Ivysaur from Mega. And I was like, I had to go to 10 different tables just to find one of them. But then I got to that one, and he had seven of them sitting in a binder, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
That's where people are.
Yeah.
It when it like reverse hollows and stuff like that, you're
Yeah.
not going to see many of those at card shows because it's most of them are 15, 20 cents at most. And
Yep.
to a vendor, that's not profitable for them. So unless they have like those dollar a card boxes,
Mhm.
but at a lot of these big shows, people are just trying to make as much as they can. So they're keeping that stuff at home and they're bringing all their big cards.
For sure.
Like I just did a big trade and the guy was literally just like, I'm only looking for SIRs and big cards. I'm like,
Hmm.
this is what I got. I mean,
I know. Yeah.
This
Totally.
is actually really good to know because I'm vending at my first show in what, a month and a
Nice.
half now.
Yeah.
And I was debating, like, do I organize all of my bulk into sets and like bring this with me? Like, I don't know. Because my point is, like, I want to connect and have fun and meet people in the community. So,
Mhm.
like, maybe that's a really good way then. Maybe I should do that and like bring
Yeah.
all of it with me.
Yeah.
it's a lot of work, but I would definitely recommend doing it because there are plenty of people out there that are like, I just need a single reverse hollow, and they're like going to every table and can't find it.
And I got a lot of those.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Yeah.
booths that like that's what I something that I wrote down to recommend is like find the booths that have like the $1 to $5 boxes and sift through those because you could find some really good high value pieces or just like some fun pieces in there that you need for your master set. Um, and those are the booths that I usually gravitate towards. And I
Mhm.
usually build those lasting relationships. And then I will find them online and I'll continue to like keep business with them versus those other like vendors that are just like what Fuzzy was saying, just there to make like a really big profit. They don't really care too much about the relationship or, what you're looking for. I like the personable type of kind of interaction. So Evangelica, if you could find like, your bulk boxes and put them out there, I think you'll find a really good, if you're building that the relationship and that really good, connection with people, I think the community will definitely appreciate it.
Yeah.
Another thing that I also want to add on to what Fuzzy said, as far as promos, Japanese promos are also things that I look out for too. And I've been
Hmm.
picking those up as well throughout the last year. And I feel like the designs are always good. The quality I feel like is always better than English. And I feel like it always keeps the value. So Japanese promos are another one to add to just normal promos to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, that's good. A lot of the time, the Japanese promos are harder to find than the regular promos.
Definitely. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So when I was thinking about this, I was thinking, I feel like the market is pretty high right now.
Mm.
Hmm.
And so thinking along those lines, I don't know that there are any cards I'd be like, pick this up right now, even if it is something like 151 or something that's older, like from an older Sword and Shield era set. I think if you're picking cards up at this moment in time, maybe focus less on like those big chase cards everybody wants and like the quote money makers that maybe you want to hold down the line because we don't really know where the market's going to go. And
Totally.
my thought process is if you pick up a card that you don't necessarily want, you're just holding it for the flip. If
Yeah.
that price drops in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now, you're not going to be very happy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Pick up a card that you want, even if it's at a high and you want that card in your collection, you're not going to be so upset if that price drops in 3 months, 6 months, a year down the road. So I would steer you towards find cards that you want for your collection. Like Fuzzy was saying in the first part, like if it's something that's to complete a collection you're working on, if it's something that's a cutie card, if it's an artist that you like gravitate towards those cards. And one of my favorite things to look for whenever I go to like local shops and I trade with people is like looking through the collections and finding cards that one, I didn't know existed,
Mm-hmm.
but stand
Hmm.
out to me. And then two, maybe I knew it existed, but seeing pictures online, I was like, not super into that card. But then I hold it and I see it in person, and I'm like, I actually really love that card. Because then it's like, that's a really cool find. I really, really love this and I want to have it in my collection. So I would suggest maybe looking for that sort of card, something that's going to genuinely bring you joy, especially when
Hmm.
the market's at a high.
Totally. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really good. That was one of the most fun things I did this weekend is I found one booth that had a ton of vintage bulk, just like from all sorts of eras, like diamond and pearl, delta species, like all this stuff. And that was just so fun, like flipping through all these bulk cards that were two for 50 cent or two for a dollar, like and a
Nice.
dollar
That's so
cards. And it's
nice.
like just found a bunch of awesome cards. I was like, this is so fun. I bought several for my kids, just little vintage like a little vintage tray pinch and like a little vintage Ralts and like all these
Oh,
little things that I knew my kids were gonna love.
yeah.
And it was just so fun. It's like I think that's definitely in terms of what to look for. If you find booths like that, that's definitely a great pickup. I'll give a couple specific recommendations though for cards. I would say, especially if you love this style. So the Crown Zenith Galarian Gallery is about to explode. So like I think people need to buy now if you don't like just for the sake, not even for investing, like just for the sake of saving you some money, like if you
Mm-hmm.
find cards this weekend, especially a lot of these things like the Deancey and the Cricketune, like these really beautiful cards, they're like still $3 to $5 and they will not be that much for very long. Like they're all about to spike. The big crown cards are spiking, and typically a month or two after the big card spike, all the other cards start to catch up and really spike. And it's just like if you can get a Cricketune for $4 right now instead of 20 in like 2 or 3 months, I would do it because Crown's not coming back. So that was my number one thing is like get those Crown singles that are just beautiful cards, well worth having in your collection for the cheap while they're still cheap right now. And so that's like one thing. Um my other thing was, so if I were to give a big card recommendation, I think that the gold MUR card, the gold Charizard from Phantasmal is massively undervalued right now for a Charizard card. So if you're
Mhm.
looking at mastering Phantasmal and you're like been holding out and being like, oh, I don't know if I should buy the big cards, that gold Zard is going to go up. I think very soon. Like it's at like 330 right now. And I think it's going to be a 500 plus card in the near future. Not very, like, I just don't see it dropping much. And so that would be my recommendation. If you're master setting Phantasmal, be on the lookout for that because I really don't see it going much cheaper than if you can get it for 300, I would grab it like immediately. I'd grab
Can
it or make a trade and get it for $300. I think in if you wait to master, you will be paying a very high price for that card in the near future. I can't say the same about all the golds, but I know for sure the Charizard Gold is going to go up
yeah.
and be crazy. And I'll give it a little tiny shout out as a little segue. I would also consider if you're looking to spend big money and you have money or you have some big trade things that you can trade. I still think the Shinji Kanda Magikarp is massively undervalued right now. It had dropped all the way down to like 260 or 270. Now it's right around that 320 mark or so. That card is not going to stay there for very long. I actually think long term it's going to be a much more valuable card. And so if you're looking at getting one of those Shinji big cards and it's a beautiful card, this might be the time before it actually spikes and doesn't come back down. Especially now that it sounds like it's there's rumors that Paldea Evolved is going to start massively disappearing forever. Like you're not going to be able to find it anymore on the shelves, which you've been able to find sleeves here and there, but like apparently there's going to be no more of that. And so that card will continue to climb. So which I would love to get that card. I thought about it this weekend actually. I had a couple big trades and I was staring at it and a guy had it for 300 and I was like maybe I should just do it. I was like maybe I should just
So
make a
fun.
couple trades, but I'm mastering Destined and that took
uh,
over. So
Priorities.
but yes. So,
Uh,
The hard part about master setting.
oh yes, the commitment, man, the commitment. And that's another mini tip for all of you guys. I think Destin's going to dip. Destin's spiking right now, but because of the reprint, there's a big reprint coming this summer. I think it's going to continue to be printed. Like, don't buy big Destin cards right now. Like, I traded for some cards that were good value, but like all the big cards are spiking right now. Like the Misty Psyduck, which I think will be massively valuable over time, is like still up at almost 70 right now. And it's like I think that'll dip back down once the reprint happens. And so it's like things like that I would keep an eye on. But
Good
yeah.
to know.
So cool. All right. Well, that I use that as a transition. Talk about the Magikarp. Our next segment is talking about art, which I'm very excited about. And we're talking about our one of our favorite artists, I think everyone's favorite artist, Shinji Kanda, who did or he most recently did the Oricorio, he did the Magikarp, he did the Seismitoad, he's just done some of these most iconic cards in Pokemon. So the question right now is if you could personally commission Kanda to do the next big Pokemon card, what Pokemon would you choose and why? And even if you have an idea of what you would want it to look like, I'd love to hear that as well. You don't, that's not a requirement though.
Can I go?
Go, Judy, go.
Okay. So I didn't know that there's that new set that's coming out, I think in July. It's like dark something, right?
Yeah, the Darkrai one.
Yes. Okay. So
Mhm.
I wasn't up to date with what the set was about, but I had already chosen I was like Darkrai as like a maybe like the next Pokemon for Shinji Kanda. It would be so cool. He does such a great job with like an overwhelming canvas and just just like so much on there.
Mhm.
I think doing like a nightmare type of dreamscape would be pretty dope. Like he could add so much into that.
Yeah.
um, and with that set coming out, I think it would just kind of be a really cool card to have in there. If I could also have like a partner to that, it would be really cool to have kind of like the opposite of Darkrai and have like Cressila on it and kind of have more
Ooh,
the opposite of that and kind of like the lighter healing version of what nightmares are like.
like a
And
dual,
just be that
like
huge,
connecting art.
right? That would be so
mhm,
cool because I don't
mhm.
think he has any
I
at
don't
all.
think
He's none
so.
of them. So I think that would be so cool just to
Oh
kind of
man.
like add that in there. I think that'd be so dope.
Yes.
Like he could do such an awesome like composition with like this whole dream nightmare kind of like vibe. So those are my two. I know you
I
said one,
love it. I love that, man.
Oh, that's so great. I love that, Judy. Um, so I went with the dark and well, I want the dark cards to come back, the dark Pokemon. I
Mm-hmm.
think that we are severely lacking in modern era, but I would love to see a dark Dragonite by Shinji.
Man.
Like Dragonite is my husband's favorite Pokemon. He has a whole collection dedicated to it. We do have the Magikarp, and I'm like, if I could put a dark Dragonite on display next to that Magikarp, that would be so beautiful. I think it would be just such a perfect fit with this kind of like fantastical, whimsical,
Mm-hmm.
like dark but also colorful kind of atmosphere. I don't know specifically what it would look like. I didn't think that far. And I'm not as talented. I'm nowhere near as talented as this artist, but I can see them doing an amazing job just making it like this very beautiful ethereal card.
Mm, love
That'd be
that.
really
So when I was looking through all of the cards that he has done, I noticed one thing is he didn't have a single grass type card.
Oh.
Oh, you
So yeah, I was just looking through it earlier.
Ooh.
I was like, wait a second. He doesn't have a single grass type, but he has like the seismitoad that has like
Hmm.
grass and stuff in the background, but
Mhm.
it's not a grass type.
That's
So
true.
I was thinking like a shaman card, the
Ooh.
like a full art shaman with the pinks and the whites and the greens to kind of be like opposite of the Giratina that he did. So,
Hmm.
because that's a really dark red like card. So I was thinking if he could take those that same kind of design, I guess, but opposite colors and with the shaman, I think that would be beautiful.
Yeah.
That'd be
That
so
would be
nice.
so
That's a good
good.
observation. I didn't realize that
Yeah.
there were no
That
grass.
is. I almost wonder if that's like a little hint into what he might actually do. Like, because if he's done all these other ones, it might be he might just be picking each energy every time and doing one. Although he's done several water, so I don't
Right.
know. But it's like maybe he just loves water, but loves water type. Maybe he just loves water
Entirely
type.
possible.
But
Oh, Fuzzy's calling it out.
man,
So we'll see.
yeah, that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting. So my thought was I I had several ones that I really thought would be good, but I went with what I think may mine's a little bit of a maybe a guess prediction as well. So with a set that's been rumored on the horizon, maybe past the Darkrai set, is a Rayquaza set. And
Yeah.
I think a Rayquaza card with the Shinji treatment would be insane. I just think like, it almost like feels crazy that he hasn't done a Rayquaza card. Like, it feels like it's just in his
Right.
style of what he would do, like a realm of this very epic Rayquaza. And I almost thought too, like, it'd be cool to see him tackle even maybe doing a little bit of a tag team style card where it's like
Yeah.
Rayquaza fighting like
Oh,
Deoxys or something
Yeah.
in space. And so
Yeah.
it's just like
Yeah.
ethereal space card where Rayquaza and Deoxys are like battling, or like even I think of that like Deoxys Espeon card, I think tag team
Yeah.
that there is, or
hmm
just some card with some epic battle going on in the background, just with like even his work in galaxies and universe, like all the swirls and all that stuff, I think would be insane. And so that is my hope. That's what I would ask him to do is a Rayquaza tag team that he could just I'm it would be epic. It would be epic. So
Yeah. That would be a huge chase card.
I
It
know,
definitely
like, yeah, it
Oh
would be
yeah.
massive, I
very
think,
well as
too.
a card. Yeah.
Oh my
And that's I
gosh.
almost feel like that's why I think they would do it, because like that would be a card that would probably come in some sort of UPC style thing where it's like, hey, it's it's this big promo in $120 box that you got to buy
Yeah.
to get this massive Rayquaza promo. So
I buy
I
it.
would drop that
I
so
buy
fast.
it.
I know it's like
I
exactly. It's
want
like, yeah,
it.
and shout out to Maddie Draws as well for the spicy space noodle that she loves. So we know she'd be going after that as well. So awesome. All right, friends. Well, those are all great choices. I hope that he does all of them. So chat, let us
He's
know down
watching.
below in the comments what you would want, what you would commission Shinji to do. I'd love to hear from you guys. So all right, so that leads us into Pack Battle Leaderboard. So Fuzzy is subbing in for Bobby. So current standings are I am in the lead by one at 34. Bobby's right behind me at 33. Judy is at 14, and Evangelica is at 10. And I think we are approaching, we kind of were chatting a little bit outside this. We're kind of approaching the end of season two. So soon, very soon, we will be announcing some sort of G word that we will be able to give away. And barring a God pack, I think it's going to be me or Bobby, but, but we shall see. I keep kind of actually hoping that Eve would hit a prismatic God pack
Dude,
on
I want to see it.
like on Shiny Talk, but yeah, we're
I
dreaming,
do
but
have
we're
some
dreaming.
black bolts, so maybe I'll need to
Okay.
bring some.
Ooh,
on here.
Black Bolt would be good. So what's everybody ripping tonight? I got Perfect Order. Well, Perfect Order
I got a
sleeve.
perfect order.
Okay, Mega and Phantasmal. Nice. Okay. Well, let's get to the energies, everybody. I've been a little bit on a cold streak with Perfect Order. I started kind of hot in the first 5 packs, and then I've basically hit nothing since then,
Oh no.
which is
I
like
hit,
I hit an SIR, so it's like it
Right?
makes sense, right? It kind of makes sense that I wouldn't hit anything, but
Matchy, matchy.
all right, here we go. We ready? Let's go to those reverses. See what we
yeah,
get.
I hit an SIR at a perfect order too, but I have to give it away now.
Oh my goodness, that's right. I cannot believe you're giving that away. Ooh, Pokepad.
Okay,
Hey,
man.
I'm a man of my word.
Nice.
All right, we ready? Three, two, one.
Yeah.
Anything? Oh my goodness, are we gonna get
Oh
skunked, guys?
no.
Gosh.
Three, two, one.
Hey, there you
Yes!
go.
Let's
Ooh.
Eve
go.
double got a EX for Fuzzy, aka Bobby, and then Eve hits the Ultra.
Let's
Nice.
go.
That's
I'm
an awesome
climbing the
card.
board.
Yay.
Yes. And I think Ultras are 3 points. 3 points.
Oh,
Awesome. That's a great, I
so
love that
cool.
card, Eve.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
so
good one.
cool.
Beautiful card. So, oh man. All right. Well, I got skunked again. I will take this Pokepad though. Um, all right, so that leads us into our favorite time of the night where we get to highlight an amazing creator from the community. And so tonight we're highlighting our friend CZ Pokey. Awesome guys. So I'm gonna toss it to you guys first and then I'll wrap up after we share. But let's give CZ Pokey some love and encouragement.
I love CZ's. I'll hop right in. I love CZ's energy. I love that he includes his family. Like I
Mhm.
think you mentioned earlier, he does this the Plinkos. I love Plinko's probably one of
Yes.
my favorite games ever since I was a child. So the fact that he includes that in his videos and he's got this long running episodes of it, it's probably one of my favorite things. It's so wholesome. It's fun to see the kids' reactions. And yeah, he's a great creator. I can't wait to see his channel continue to flourish. So
Yeah.
if you guys aren't following him, what are you doing?
What are you doing? I love it.
One of
Yes.
us had to do it. Um, I agree with everything that Judy said. I love the little Plinko episodes. I think it's so
Yes.
adorable, like you said, like getting the kids involved and having them all play the game together. And then like there's also that tension, that moment of wait of like, what are they going to open today? I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I love that series so much. And I do love just like how wholesome and like heartwarming all of the videos are when he includes his family. It's like part of why I really love Bobby's channel is like seeing him with his kids and
Mm,
you too, Michael. I love seeing you with your kids. So like all those channels like that as a family oriented person, like I love them so much. And we should definitely like everyone go follow and support and show some love to that channel.
yeah.
Totally agree with all. I mean, the Plinko is great. I love that. I love any kind of funky idea on how to pick what you're going to open because it's like you never know what the next thing is going to be.
Right?
And I just agree with everything. I mean, they're wholesome, great vibes. The recent
Mhm.
skits I saw of theirs where I was like, these are beautiful. I love it.
Yeah.
With that him and his wife and the cards.
Oh my
Yes,
gosh,
I
I was like,
love it.
yes.
So
that's a
funny.
great idea. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
That's
CZ is
so
great.
cute.
I think Plinko, I honestly think Plinko may be one of my favorite series on TikTok. I really look forward to it. It's fun, good energy, like you guys said. And also, CZ is just, you can tell from his energy, like Fuzzy just mentioned, his vibes are so good. Like you can tell he's a guy that loves Pokemon and loves doing it with his kids. And that is just infectious. Like, I think that energy is infectious and it's the same type of energy that I want to have with my kids and the excitement and the fun. Like that's why I want to do this, right? That's kind of like why it's like I enjoy it myself, but I also love it for my kids and even being able to be like, oh, I'm collecting with my kids. I'm probably gonna give all my stuff to my kids. Like, and so it's just that idea of the togetherness is so good. And so yeah, if you are not following CZ, please go give him a follow, give him some love. And CZ, we appreciate you, man, and we just keep doing what you do. Keep bringing a light to the app with you and your kids, and please don't ever stop doing Plinko because we all love it so much. So it's our favorite, but
Locked into it forever now.
we are
Yes.
locked in.
We're all
So. All right, friends. Well, that's our show, but I do want to give a quick little shout out. Fuzzy, we love you, man. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Everyone, please go give Fuzzy a follow. He is, again, very similar to CZ, just one of the most wholesome, fun guys on the app doing amazing content and deserves all the love. And so we love you, man. And that is our show. Please sound off, chat down down below. Let us know your hot takes. Let us know how you feel about Shinji and all the things. And we will see you guys next week. Peace out.
Bye.